Did you know the city of Florence, Oregon once accidentally passed a law that banned sex everywhere
Who the
within a
hell happened?
city limits while targeting a certain public rudeness? Did you know that?
I didn't hear you. You were frozen. So I didn't hear a
I was
word you
frozen
said.
the entire time.
Yeah, all I heard was, "Did you know that?" And I was like, "Oh, okay, we're back." So,
Oh, can you hear me now?
yeah.
All right. Well, that's a weird thing to say, but also, did you know the city of Florence, Oregon once accidentally passed a law that banned sex everywhere within the city limits while trying to target public rudeness?
Sounds like a wife.
Also sounds like Oregon, man. We, we, I love how the first thing is like that just sounds like sounds the person I married forever. But no, it's
It's banned in my house. God damn it. So
what's good. I swear to God, dude, I can't take you anywhere. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Chopping It Up with P. Scott. I'm Prescott Kelly. Today is Wednesday, August 12th. Glad to have you back with us. I have the one and only Sierra McGee chopping it with me. We have a lot of things to get to today. CR, how you doing, my guy?
I'm kind of pissed off now that I'm thinking about it. Like, man, I'm a pretty damn good provider. Like, like shit, I'm not. I ain't ugly like Clint Bolt or nothing like that. Like God, dog.
It is kind of funny, like when you take a step back and you go, really? Like I'm pretty sure I'm good at what I do to provide for what I have. Like I may not be perfect, but I put 10 toes down for the folks that I love.
You know, for some reason that in house is harder to get than that one outside of the house. So that's crazy.
No. You're not gonna put me. I know what you're going for. You're not gonna loop me into that.
That in the house is on lockdown, boy.
You call it the
Got
war.
on the tank tops where the damn titty be hanging out and shit, but no, don't touch it. Like what's it there?
I swear to God, dude, I can't take you anywhere. CR McGee was with me. There's a lot going on actually in the Chicago area. We didn't really talk about this off stage going into it, but what's kind of the before we get into the actual talking points, is there a super hype behind the Bears because of year two? Caleb being with Ben Johnson and the familiarity. I know the defense has been kind of but does it feel like there's an elevated sense of urgency, or does it feel like they kind of still understand Caleb's young, year two Ben Johnson, and they're just kind of going with the flow?
I feel like it's kind of like they expect the offense to be explosive, and the defense is kind of like, we don't know what's going to happen. They have a lot of money invested on the defense into a lot of bad players. So it's kind of like Ben Johnson said it. He wants to break the record for most points per game, which is 37 held by the Broncos. So they're going to try and run up the score on teams.
So I haven't heard him say that, and this is why I like having people who are very close to the pulse of their demographic for teams. Is I don't usually see that pop up my timeline. So Ben Johnson wants to break. He wants to put 40 burgers on people.
He said he wants to put up 40 and have shutouts every game. The shutouts ain't gonna happen because your defense is suspect.
Yeah,
but
fairly cheeks.
I mean, as far as everything else, we're gonna see. We're gonna see what Caleb does. I'm optimistic. And yeah. Who the fuck is this texting me?
Do you think that he actually finally throws for 40 500-ish yards?
He should. He should. Like, he would have done it last year, but the Bears led the league in drops. Like, he passed for like 39-25.
That's fair.
Which is still the most passing yards in Bears history.
What's the floor with you living in Chicago? What's the floor of what Bears fans think is the floor for Chicago, and what's the ceiling? Because I can absolutely see, barring, again, I talked with my guy Stephen Mumma, who lives in New York, and we talked about the Bills last week. Is like, what's the absolute floor, disregarding actual catastrophic injuries to somebody like Caleb Williams or Ruma Dunze, something like that? What's the floor for the Chicago Bears, and what's the ceiling? Because I could see the floor being, I don't know, if everybody's still healthy, I would say 7. I would say the ceiling is probably still 13, which is kind of a wide gap.
Yeah, I would say the floor is probably like 8. And then the ceiling, I'm going to put it like 11. I mean, the Bears got a tough schedule. So, we're going to find out. They're either going to sink or swim.
So are the Bears still, I think that you and I share the same space as far as like we're not fanboys of our squad, right? It's like most Bills fans are, this is our year, and they're basically Cowboys fans, but of the AFC. In your demographic, are a lot of Chicago fans still saying this is our year because they feel like it's year 2 of Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams in the offense? Are they kind of in the same boat of this is our year, we should elevate? Because like Jaden Daniels in his rookie year went to an NFC Championship game, which to me is the anomaly, and now it seems to be that way. But is there a different feeling in Chicago of, no, he's in year 3, he's in year 2 of Ben Johnson? Are we getting to a point where we just need to make sure that this actually works?
I feel like the urgency will really set in next year, trying to get something done before Caleb's rookie deal is up. Because if Caleb performs up to his ability, like, not saying that he will be the best quarterback, but like that's the type of potential that he has. And if he performs that way, he's going to be the highest paid player in NFL history.
I mean, when you look at how these guys are getting paid, there's zero reason why Zay Flowers is getting paid more than Justin Jefferson. That to me is the most obnoxious. That Zay Flowers is basically a great number 2, and he's barely a number 1 on any other squad. And the fact that he got paid more, I understand how the economics of sports works, but that to me is just, Jesus, could you guys at least try to figure out how to not even just manufacture wide receiving talent, but they don't even know how to figure it out? Because Baltimore they've addressed the wide receiving core, and we'll get back to the Bears in a second. I'm sorry, I got off on a tangent, but Baltimore has addressed the wide receiver position every single year. They just can't get it right. And I don't know how you've been so wrong so often.
Yeah, I mean, from the, who is it, Mark Claytons and the Rashad Batemans and all the receivers we've seen Baltimore draft, they think they have something in Zay Flowers. I'm not a Zay Flowers guy. Like, I think he's a nice receiver.
He's a really good number 2.
Right. Like, I would rather have Jordan Addison over Zay Flowers, personally.
Ooh, Vikings fans are gonna just jump in and just Jordan Addison. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I haven't heard that comp before, though.
Yeah, no, I'm a huge Jordan Addison fan. I wanted the Bears to draft him when he was coming out. Honestly, I'd rather have Jameson Williams over Zay Flowers. So, like, I believe he's a good player, but highest, one of the highest paid receivers in the league. Good, I don't see it.
The Jameson Williams one I at least understand because there's the comp, not really a comp, but you have Amon-Ra St. Brown on the one side, you have Jameson Williams on the other, and that dude just is a burner. So it gives you a little bit of a, can we stretch the field, open things up underneath, things like that. So like that, I understand, but it's the other places and other pieces where I just don't really get why they're overpaying wide receivers, just like basically just to do it.
That's sports for us nowadays. It's like you're gonna pay to not lose them as opposed to paying them because that's what they deserve to be paid. And that's the nature of the beast now. Like, hell, they can go to baseball. The Cubs are paying Alex Bergman $35 million a year. Why? Who the hell knows? Is he worth it? No. But that's the going rate.
And the thing is, like, I understand how the numbers are only going to perpetually go up unless there is an actual stoppage of the sport being played, which is totally on the board, by the way, especially in baseball. I don't know if it will happen, but like what you're saying is that we're paying too many people too much money for not getting the return for the players and the viewership and things like that. But it's, before we actually move on, I do have a question for you. Do you think that what the Dodgers are doing is bad for baseball? Because I have seen way swings on the left, way swings on the right. Is it good or bad for baseball?
It's perfectly fine for baseball. The Dodgers were like 2 outs away from losing the World Series last year. Nothing is guaranteed for them. What's bad for baseball is the teams that don't spend money. Like, that's what's bad for baseball. Not like, I can't be mad at you for investing in your business. Like, winning is good for everybody. So the freaking Pirates are bad for baseball. Who else? The Rockies are terrible for baseball.
The Marlins,
the Dodgers. Yeah, the Dodgers are perfectly fine for baseball. There's, I wish my owners spent money like that for all of them.
But so with the argument of are the Dodgers bad for baseball? Do you think that's an actual? To me, it just feels like we've gotten to a point where we just want to complain because the Dodgers weren't good for a very long time, and then they got their money, and then they became good and relevant. And yes, they've kind of ran things the last 2 or 3 years, but it's not the rest of the MLB's fault for them being able to. It's almost like the Eagles, right? We praise the Eagles ownership for being able to manipulate the salary cap. And I know there's no salary cap in baseball, but Roseman seems to understand what they need to do and how to manipulate things to make it work for them with the system they are given. And the Dodgers are just doing the same thing. And when they got Scooble, it's the same. It's almost the exact same thing. It was like somebody could have trumped that. They could have given up more than, because there's no salary cap. You can just do whatever the hell you want to and give them what you think is fair. And the Dodgers just seem to make the move. And it's also, they don't have to re-sign him. They probably will because they have the most money. But this just seems like a really weird dynamic and dichotomy of the Dodgers are ruining baseball. And I don't think that's necessarily the truth.
No, it's just sour grapes. People they need something to bitch and moan about. The Dodgers are like, okay, if your owner was spending that money, you wouldn't be complaining. Like, The Dodgers, but here's the thing about the Dodgers. The Dodgers not only spend money, but it's not like they're the Yankees of the 90s. Like, bro, they're developing these young guys too. Like they got young
Yeah,
guys
they
that
are
they
getting
develop.
used.
Yeah, so no, like hell, you want to be mad about the Dodgers? Go beat their ass. It's really that simple. Like
Well,
don't
and
bitch
that's
about it. Go beat their ass.
well, and that's kind of a really great segment into the WNBA is like if you want to talk about it, be about it. And when it comes to MLB, like you're right, we have to stop saying you have to put something on paper where you actually feel like you can compete. Maybe you have a disadvantage monetarily. Maybe you have a disadvantage when it comes to your location. But are you willing to at least try? And most of these places don't. But it comes to the NBA or the WNBA, excuse me, um, we have had a major shift. I know this is kind of a big relocation of baseball to basketball. We've had a couple guys who have said they want to be part of the WNBA. What is what is your thought process on these these guys want to move over, the way that they presented themselves into this space, and then also what this means going forward?
Um, I think they're trying to force the WNBA's hand. Um,
In what matter?
I think they're trying to force the WNBA to actually come out and say it's for biological women only.
Oh,
Um,
that's a good point.
and but either way, You're looking at discrimination suits. So it's about to get sticky, like to say the least, because you know we've heard it. People say trans women are women. I mean, hey, I'm glad I ain't the commissioner. I don't have to deal with this shit. So, like my thoughts on it. Like, man, come on, I,
Do you think that there's a level of I don't want to say I want to be as careful as I can with this
right,
because the issue itself, like with people overall, I get that. But when you have somebody who is physically relatively close, who's a man who wants to play women's sports, it's like as I feel like we kind of have a little bit more empathy, and we largely will see, yeah, that's fine. But we see Enos Cantor, who's 6'11 and 280, and says, I'm declaring for the WNBA draft. I
right.
feel like that hits differently than just why the switch mode. And I think that that's where people are we're all kind of confused, and we're allowed to be confused on where these things land because that dude was clearly built a man, was a man, and then all of a sudden now, but I don't want to say anything about Royce, but I will say this about Cantor is it feels like he is in a whirlwind because he even just left the NBA because there was stuff going on in Turkey and he was speaking up for his country. And we thought it was admirable that he did that. I don't really know where all of this stuff lands. It's a really delicate and difficult thing to approach.
Yeah, and if you say the wrong thing, shit, you can lose your damn job. Honestly,
Well,
like,
there's, but, but,
like that's
yes, and that's
shit.
why we're being very diplomatic. But on top of the fact, it's like,
Because off
so
camera, I'll tell you how I really feel about it.
well, so you don't have to tell me how you really feel. But with all right, we're not big enough where ESPN's not going to cancel us or shut us off camera. But let's we'll use Enes Kanter as, let's say, the benchmark. He's the low bar on this. What do you think about somebody who was that good at the NBA level who says, I'm now going to declare for the WNBA draft? What's just in that synopsis?
I mean, I think he's like if he would really do it, I think he's a bitch. Like I just it's like you couldn't be dominant in the NBA, so you want to go dominate these women who are biologically not as big and as strong as you. So now I do believe, like I said, they're doing it to try and force the WNBA's hand.
But he piggybacked on Royce though.
Well, we know what Royce is. Royce scared of fucking airplanes, puss ass. But I'm scared to fly. Like you bitch.
Let me ask. Let me ask you this: do you? Because I personally feel like there's zero. There's no real solution to what we're dealing with right now. I don't feel like. There are some people say you play in the NBA, the WNBA, you're going to have a mixed NBA. But which mixed NBA? Is it men who go to women, women go to men? I don't feel like there's a true answer. And the problem is like, I think for me personally, when it comes to college sports and this, we don't need to get our government involved. We should just be able to figure it out. But it's also by the same token is who's playing the card and who really actually feels the way this. It's
I feel like it's a simple solution. I feel like if people minded their goddamn business, let the WNBA players vote on it. Let them vote what they want. And it really should be that goddamn simple. But we live in a country where nobody wants to mind their business. And everybody has an opinion about everything. Right. Like, man, sometimes it's best to just shut the fuck up. Like, man, I be wishing I could say that a lot of the times. At work, at home.
Well, so one.
At home.
He put at home at a repeat on the loop. Home. And I get it, man. But I think that as much as I appreciate what you said is that I feel like there's always going to be a pushback as well on the opposite side of what's going to be like, what's the mandate, what's the stand for, women's hoops is where do we draw the line of what's the mandatory line of this is a woman, this is not. And I don't have an answer for it.
Well, that ain't for us to answer. Honestly, it's do we have our own thoughts and opinion? I'm sure we do. It's not for me to answer. It's not my business. Just like I look at just like any other human right. Like it's not my place to tell a woman she can or can't have an abortion or anything like that. It's not my place to tell these women, like, hey, if y'all want to let these big ass dudes who couldn't cut it in the NBA play with y'all, that's on y'all. Like, now when it comes to the local level, if I have to deal with it as a parent, then I'll speak out. But
sure,
it's for these women to decide. Like that's, hey, you want to be getting dunked on by Bronny James in a dress, then you go for it.
And I do think that it's a very important distinction is the fact that it is their league. So they should have their, I don't want to say justification. I'm really trying to use my words carefully, but it's if a woman tried to hop into the NBA, you got to earn it, right? And it's not saying that that somebody could probably make it in the NBA as a WNBA player, probably. But if you say, could an NBA player make it in the WNBA, I think overwhelmingly we'd say, yeah, like by a wide margin.
Mm. Hey.
But I'm with you. I don't think it's as big of a deal. Like, I'm not going to get worked up about it because it's one. I live in Alaska. There is no pro sports team here at all, so I don't care about any of those things to begin with. But on top of the fact that I want people to be treated fairly, treated equally, but it's such a weird. I don't want to say weird because that sounds like it's weird. It's odd. We don't have these things collide with each other that often, and when we do, it sparks a crazy debate that I don't think is always necessarily. It shouldn't be always hatred, but that seems where it always goes to.
Yeah, I mean, people are always going to try to push their agenda. Like that's like even with the whole Caitlin Clark thing, people use her playing basketball to push their own bullshit agendas. The Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese. Like, man, keep it sports. That's why I say let these women decide what they want to do and keep it at that. Like, who are we to? Oh, they need to let trans women in because trans women are women. Man, that's up to them. They the ones got to play against them and share locker rooms and shit like that. I don't got to do none of that.
I mean, that's true. Yeah, but I do want to ask you, when you brought up Sophie Cunningham, what's your kind of position on when she got flagrant fouled and
and the white privilege thing?
Yeah, well, yeah, that seemed.
As a
white person, it's weird because I don't feel like I can or should talk about it, but I will discuss it with you. Though I just
one of the ones who at least acknowledge that it's a thing. A lot of people won't even acknowledge that white privilege is a thing. So
I will stand 10 toes down and acknowledge it is a absolute thing.
But the thing about, so I knew what Dejanay meant when she said it.
Do you agree with what she said, or you understood the message?
I understood what she was saying. I think she was just hot in the moment. Do I believe it was a? I don't believe it was a
overly egregious.
I believe it was a flagrant. I don't know if it was a flagrant 2. Just because I know she was trying to make a play on the ball, but the fact that she did smack the shit out of her, I don't really have a problem with them calling it a flagrant 2.
Sure.
Like, it was a foul. Like shit, it was a hard ass basketball foul. Like, hell, as a competitor, I'd love to see it. Like no layups. I will say this. Coach my son. That's no layups. I don't give a fuck. Put them on their ass.
Well, you know what they say: those who can't do teach. And at 42 years old, if my 12-year-old son put me on my ass that way, I would say that's a foul. But man, I respect it.
I'm gonna be Braxton ass. He tried to put me on. Shit,
but it was this whole thing has been kind of a little back and forth of the whole white privilege and everything like that. But it's I really, because I don't consume the WNBA like I know that you and LaShawn, Mac, the people in my close circle, Zeb, they actually watch the sport. I don't have enough time to watch any sport really. So I'm talking more about sport storylines than anything else. But it just feels like when I saw the whole race card thing, it felt weird to me because I've seen Sophie do the same thing and get suspended for the same thing. Does it feel like there's a disingenuous outcome for the other person, like again, I don't even watch, so I don't even know her name. I'm sorry, but does it feel like she got more penalized than Sophie, or what was
No,
kind of the overall synopsis of the?
it's a flagrant. It was a flagrant. She no, whether it was a one or two, that's subjective. Like she did make, because my belief that the letter of the rule is a flagrant one can be considered incidental contact to the head, incidental and excessive. And the
Except, yeah,
flagrant two is basically like you were being dirty. So if you know Dejanay, you know she plays hard and she's one of the better defenders in the league. So she's not going to just give up a layup. And now she was way away from the ball.
do
But
you think what Sophie said had any impact on how Dejanay actually fulfilled that foul? Did it fuel it, do you think?
I wouldn't think so. You know, like we're trying to win a game. Like, especially the Sky, they're fighting, trying to get into that last playoff spot with only a handful of games left. No, I just think it was a tough basketball play. Like, does Dejanay like Sophie? Probably not. Nobody likes Sophie unless you play on her team.
Or unless you're one of the
Man, I don't
reinvesting
know.
of your social media and or
She
student
she
loans.
she built like an ironing board. Like she has the sex appeal of a salt shaker. So like, I don't see what people see in Sophie Cunningham. Like, no, she's not ugly in the face, but it's like, bro, like this is her body. Like, can I put the like? It's just that was the least sexy Sports Illustrated swimsuit I've ever seen. Like, why is your bathing suit sagging in the back? Because you don't have nothing back there. Like, that's wild to me.
We talked about this before you even came on. I swear to God, I can't take you anywhere.
Like, I find her not attractive at all.
uh, most white women are kind of that stick figure.
Man, Hillary Duff, got it.
No,
So
we ain't going we ain't going down that rabbit hole. We're not. Nope. Anyway, so the Chargers, the over under. There's a lot of back and forth when it comes to the AFC West of where is who's going to actually win the division, right? Because we got the Chiefs, who Mahomes had the injury and they looked awful, right? And we had the Raiders, who had Mendoza as a rookie. We got the Broncos with Bo Nix, who I don't believe in him as a quarterback. I believe in that defense. I don't believe in him. And then the Chargers, where it's kind of I love New Love, but seeing him and Madison Beard doing what they did, I don't know, man. I quit football too. Like, I kind of get it, but I feel like the Chargers to me are if everything falls right, they could be the 2 seed. I feel like the Chargers are I feel the Chiefs are going to bounce back and be the 1 seed again.
like that's where I want to go because I still believe in Patrick Mahomes. But man, they let me down last year. I know he tore his ACL, but even before that, they weren't playing.
He was done by half of the year.
And then, like, okay, you got Kenneth Walker. I'm not a Kenneth Walker guy at all. Like, I think he's a nice back.
You don't think he has any value, though?
Value, yeah, but I don't think he's special. So it's like he's a Jag. He's just a guy to me. Like,
Craig says Hillary Duff is the GOAT. I mean,
man, Craig, this is why we here, Craig.
But so once again, I can't take either of you guys anywhere.
Not pulling out at all. Like,
I swear to God, this is supposed to be a family show. What the hell?
We're gonna make a family, all right.
You're not helping. What did you even say? What was your football take? You said you had something, and I
got to talk about Hillary Duff.
No, there was swear to God, this is such bad pocket. The audio version of this is going to be awful, but no, we talked about. Oh, it was Mahomes getting back to being Mahomes, basically, and I think that. Oh, that was it. The Kenneth Walker addition to me, like when you just say Kenneth Walker, you add him. It doesn't really seem like it's a really big addition, right? But when you see how awful their run offense has been for the last 3 or 4 years, even though it's a running back, I think that opens up so much more for Mahomes coming off his injury. And yeah, their wide receiving core isn't great. It hasn't been since they let Tyreek go. But man, number 15 and ketchup and mustard, I will take that condiment combo all day long.
Yeah, no, he's still, until he's not, to me, he's still the best quarterback in the league. But man, that offensive line is shaky. Rasheed Rice.
It was shaky because they were injured. I think maybe they'll be good this year.
Rasheed Rice going to be in jail by week 4.
He's still in jail, isn't he?
Eric Bieniemy, he dealing with his own personal stuff. That's wild.
Whoa. So one, there's that, but two, that is actually, I haven't asked you this question in real time. Do you think that actually makes a real impact on their offense? Because it made an impact. This is where I really struggle when it comes to sports sometimes, is that when things are good, we have an explanation because everything is good. Because you had Andy Reid, you had Patrick Mahomes, you had Tyreek Hill, and Eric Bieniemy was part of the equation, along with having Travis Kelce. Eric Bieniemy left, and everyone said, well, he's going to make the Commandos better. And he didn't. But now you bring him back and say, well, now everything's going to be great. Do you think that Eric Bieniemy is the glue to making them that much better? Or is it just because he just happened to be right place, right time when he got there, that now the name recognition is kind of stuck? And now that he's back, he goes, well, of course the Chiefs will be good again. Because I don't see it that way.
I think he'll have an impact, like just from looking at the impact he had on, like, I know it's a smaller sample, but like the impact he had on the Bears running back room last year, like he just brings a different kind of energy. And, you know, Mahomes had some of the best years of his career under Bieniemy. And anything is better than Matt Nagy. I can tell you that from experience.
As a Bears fan, you are the expert on that category.
Matt Nagy was, I wouldn't take him over Eberflus. I mean, I would take him over Eberflus, but Matt Nagy is a bottom 3 Bears coach in my lifetime. And that really? and he won the division one time. Like he is. It's him, Eberflus, and Trestman. Like they're.
Oh, I forgot about Trestman. Craig even says, of course he didn't make the Commanders better. He's dog.
Well, Craig is an Eagles fan, so you know. Let's just hope your defensive tackle is not spitting on people this year.
Oh, spitting on people. I heard something different. I can't even take me anywhere. But the chart, let's get back on track. Jesus Christ. The Chargers, Bears, we can get back to the over-under a little bit, unless you have anything else you want to kind of tackle before we get out of here for the day.
No, that is it. That is it.
We haven't talked in a few weeks. What about the whole Braun to Philly thing, or
Yeah.
you don't really care?
I mean, it's cool. Like, I think he'll help. It's just, I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't get excited about basketball because football season is upon us. So it's like,
it is really difficult to do two things at the same time. We'll tell you what, but
it's like you got.
I want to hear you.
It's like you got a fully dressed woman over here and a naked one over here. Like, I'm not looking at her. Like,
I can't even say to you.
That's nice. That's a nice blouse. Go somewhere.
Blouses. Let's do this because I'm not part of a fantasy football team yet. Do you have, and this is going to be a teaser so people actually have to listen to the episode the entire way through. Do you have a sleeper? Like real, like not, hey, I thought that maybe Bo Nix would be good. Like, regardless of position, is there somebody who that you would say you can get rounds 4 through 6? Is there somebody who thought, man, this guy's going to be that dude and could actually bring value regardless of position? And I can filibuster while you're doing it because I do have one in mind. And I'm not trying to be a homer about it.
Because I'm going later than that. That's where my head is. Because, like,
sleeper to you is like 6 through 9.
No, but I'm just thinking, like, I wouldn't take this person that high because I think I can get them later, and that would be like Tyler Shuck.
So you are leaning high on the rookie camp. Ooh,
he's like 30 though, so it's like he's not a. Where can we get?
So if you believe in Tyler Shuck being a somewhat representable quarterback, you can load up everywhere else, and you can get him in like round 11, depending on how deep drafted,
possibly undrafted.
Exactly, possibly undrafted, and so that's actually not a bad way to look at things, dude. But I don't know if I believe that he's going to be that. That's a weird one. Oh, how about the Peterman? We can get Nathan Peterman. Sorry, the Bills fan in me had to do that.
Hey, man, I'm no judgment here, man. Like, that's where you want to go with it.
Oh, let's get Kevin Kolb. No, nowhere.
Ooh, shit. I'm really trying to think. 4 through 6 sleeper.
Because I know I'm not trying to be a homer, but I do know of one person that will be on that sleeper mode.
I mean, I believe
DJ Moore.
It's possible. Yeah, I think DJ Moore had like 1,200 yards this year.
DJ Moore is going to be somebody who will go for over 1,200 yards total and at least 8 tuds.
8 tuds, I don't know, just because he's never really been that high on scoring touchdown, but like definitely the 1,200 yards. I love.
Well, he also has Josh Allen finally, and I don't care if you don't understand the channel, you don't understand me. I know that Josh Allen's awesome, but he's also somebody who flakes in the playoffs. I do know he's going to help. He is going to this. I will put this on wax right now. DJ Moore, unless he gets completely obliterated, will have 1,200 yards, 8 tuds in the regular season. Put it on wax. You're putting,
Okay.
I swear to God, you're putting it into an Excel spreadsheet, aren't you?
No, I'm submitting people's resumes. So
Well, I thought that we were friends, but whatever.
shit,
Is
deep sleep.
there anything fun? Is there anything fun about the Bears that you
I
want to
think
get into?
Jordan Addison, I guess.
You
Jordan
already talked
Addison.
about him.
Yeah, but like I think he's going. I don't
Is that
see.
because he was an in
Oh,
division?
Jadarian Price. Jadarian Price,
You
the
got
rookie
real
running back
excited.
for the
Okay.
Seahawks. Yeah, dog. Him, Travis Etienne. I think he's gonna have a nice season down in New Orleans. Yeah, I'm not gonna say Jonathan Brooks because he screwed me over the last couple of years. And Carnell Tate.
My wife to this day still curses Brian Hartline's name. Brian Hartline. She absolutely 100% hates that guy with every fiber in her being because she, in back-to-back years, he lost her a fantasy football league, and then the Niners won her one on a pick six against Atlanta. But Brian Hartline sucks in our household. We don't like him.
Hey, where did he go? I know he left Ohio State. Where's he at now?
I thought he was still at Ohio State.
He left to become a head coach somewhere, but I don't recall where.
He's at. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know that. I haven't talked to you in a while, so I'm not gonna let this episode run short unless you have to go. So if you do, please.
Nope, I got like 15 minutes. We're good.
All right, perfect. So, what's some weird stuff? Just anything. What's some weird stuff?
Like some weird stuff that my kids have done, or what? Because I got plenty of that.
Hey, man, I got kids too. What's the weirdest thing? There we go. What's the weirdest thing that happened to you this week?
It's not even so much weird. It's just aggravating. Like
I love
my 10-year-old stinks. Like I don't know what Buddy be doing, but he smells so bad. And I've literally, like 2 weeks ago, had to take this boy into the bathroom and show him how to properly wash himself. And he still stinks. It's like, why do you smell like an 80-year-old man, bro? Like you stink. Are you pissing on your balls or something? Like,
why do you smell like a 4-year-old dry aged rub honey steak?
Like it's to the point where my wife called me. She was like, "Hey, I don't know what's going on, but you need to have a hygienic conversation with your son." I'm like, I do. Then he tries to spray on my colognes. It's like, bro, you stink. Like you just spraying cologne over funk.
I swear to God, you and I are the same person. Because remember when I was in my early 20s and I would get off work and I was like, hey man, I worked 9 hours. I got a little bit of stank on me, but I'm still trying to be impressive. And I'd spray some cologne. That doesn't help you, man. And my son does the exact same thing. He wants to use my cologne straight at the shower. And the hygiene of these youths are just, we should be ashamed. Like as parents, like not you and me necessarily individually, but what the hell are these kids even doing, man?
I don't know.
We've been telling them day after day after day, but they're not paying attention. They're too old for us to go in there with them. Fix it.
That's what I had to do the other day. Was go in there. I'm like, bro, come on, man. Like, I'm like, nah, man, you need more soap, man. I'm like, what do you look? Because what kicked it off is I told him I got in the house. and he stinks. I'm like, hey, bro, go take a shower, bro. So he goes and he takes a shower. He gets dressed. He's sitting on the couch watching TV. His sister is like, you didn't wash your body. I'm like, how you know he didn't wash his body? She's like, Dad, there's no washcloths, loofahs, anything in the bathroom. I'm like, bro, did you wash yourself? He's like, yeah, I just took my washcloth to the laundry room. I said, okay, go show me your washcloth because it should still smell like soap or whatever. So he goes down there and he doesn't realize I'm behind him. He goes into the dirty clothes hamper, pulls out a dirty washcloth and wets it in the sink. And then turns around and sees me standing there. I'm like, so you really didn't wash your body? He's like, I mean, I did. I just put the soap in my hands. I'm like, bro. So that's when I showed him how to properly wash himself again. But it's like, bro, this is not a license. This ain't something we should have to renew. Like, you should just know it by now.
It's not. All right. I need to put that in my Rolodex. It's not something that you should renew. You should just do it. Because I had the exact same conversation. Like, my son got his haircut last Thursday, right? And I told him, I said, man, like, you got too much dandruff, dude. Like, you're just like, I know that you bathe and you shower, but you're not really taking care of the up top stuff. And he looked at me dead. I swear to God, man, he looked me dead in the eye. And he goes, where's my dandruff now? And I said, nowhere, because that person who's a professional took care of it for you. Like, don't look at me and tell me like it's my fault. Like, you're supposed to take care of this stuff. And I didn't get mad, but internally I laughed at his response, but internally as a father, I'm like, God damn it, could you just
Yeah, no, they're frustrating as hell. That's why I said, man, I'd trade my 2 sons for 2 more daughters any day of the week, man. Like, I would. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
I do know this. Like, as a completely transparent fatherhood moment was the moment that I knew that we were having a baby boy. I was very excited in the moment because it was a whole, you carry on the lineage of your family name,
Mm-hmm.
and you went 1 for 1. And then I realized, well, this was, I would say 7 years ago. My wife was pregnant again, and I was more happy than I even was knowing that she was pregnant the first time. And on my birthday, realized that she had miscarriage, and it was the most gut wrenching point of my life. And I feel like that's actually where I haven't been able to respond to it. Like that happens all the time, right? People always talk about those types of things, and you always feel bad about it when it happens to you, and you realize that it impacts the person that you love and the person who's carrying the child, and the child no longer exists. To me, it just hit harder, and I've never been able to bounce back from that.
Yeah, I mean, that's not something like, I got a buddy, my best friend. Him and his wife, they, they had a miscarriage. Then they had triplets a year later, but he's still not over the miscarriage, even though he had 3 more kids a year later. It's just something that sticks with you. I've dealt with one. Not to sound like an asshole, I was not upset because that was not a woman I wanted. I wasn't trying to get her pregnant. Let's put it that way. I was probably going to push her down the stairs at some point anyway. But like my niece, she full term, actually a year ago today, because today's my dog's birthday. So yeah, a year ago today, full term, she goes into labor and she births a baby that is dead. Like, so it's something that, and
It's I think
I'm
that
just,
most
you know me, I'm gonna say keep shooting. Yeah, keep the club up as much as you can.
with my line of work, I try to kick people out the club as opposed to bring them in. But I know what you mean though. But it's tough because as men, like we obviously can't understand what it feels like for our significant other, whether it's wife, girlfriend, whatever. We don't understand what it means to feel like to be in their shoes and their body doing, or just the fact that it just happens sometimes. Um, but there is to it feels really kind of disingenuous to a degree of trying to denigrate women's feelings but uplift men. But I can't imagine that you would have something inside of you that you thought was going to be the next version of what you were supposed to create together and no longer being there, but it was actually inside of you. And as a
Right.
man, it's sometimes it's a relief if that was never the point, and that's not a judgment on you or anything. It was, but it's more of that was never going to be part of my life as far as the journey of what it is. And I think that I'm just more of a I have three sisters. My dad wasn't really when I say my dad wasn't around, it sounds really awful, but he was in the military. He was gone quite a lot. So I had my mom, my three sisters. So I'm a little bit more sensitive to the fact of that uh, equation of the personal experience. And I don't know what it feels like, but I've had two of my three sisters miscarriage multiple times, and seeing it in real time and knowing, especially like when it hits on your birthday. And again, it sounds selfish for me saying that, but I've never actually recovered from that day because
Yeah.
I wanted a baby girl so badly. And could that have happened? Yes, it could have been a baby boy, it could have been a baby girl. I have no idea, but I'll never know. And that's it's tortured me for 7, 8 years now.
Yeah, no, it's heavy. Like, and it's not something. There's no time limit on grief. Like, that's something
I
that's gonna stick with you. Yeah,
that
and all
that's
you
the
can do
one
is try and cope.
that's the one thing I've said to my wife is there's no timeline on cope. And she like you and I talked off stage, she recently tore like everything. Her left knee is completely cooked. And I told her like there's no shelf life of um there's no shelf life of enthusiasm. There's no shelf life of ingenuity. Like your knee, yeah, it sucks. I'm blowing at your knee it's awful, but it's also it gives you an opportunity to find new things that you love or try new things.
Yeah, and should I bum my knee out twice? And it wasn't fun, but like it just makes you. It made me work that much harder just to because the purpose in me rehabbing, especially after the second one, was like, man, I want to get out there with my sons. So like, when you've torn your Achilles, so you just got to attack the rehab. Like shit. I can't dunk no more, but couldn't dunk to begin with. So
Could you actually dunk? Okay, don't be that guy. Could you dunk?
I could grab rim. Like I'm only, but I'm only 5'10", so like Me grabbing rim at 5'10", like I feel like I still had some nice hops.
I
What
could
happened
grab
was,
rim is the most middle school response ever.
because no, like what was I? I was 5'7" sophomore year, and I went up for a dunk, and I sprited, and I came down, and I
Oh, you
broke my
went
ankle.
hard and just you flat backed it.
Yeah, and like I broke my ankle, and like ever since then, I couldn't jump as high. Like so, for me to get up and still grab rim, I was happy with it. Like it made me a pretty damn good volleyball player. But like
Yo, I was dope as hell at volleyball. I used to get made fun of as hell, but I mean, you know as well as I do.
the best, what's one of the most underrated things for a teenage boy they could be is like the manager of the girls' volleyball team.
That
That
or
helped me in
being
middle school so much. Shout out to all those girls.
yo, my son had his open house yesterday, and it was wild just kind of seeing all the everybody who was I guess I kind of took for granted how popular my kid is. Mostly because I don't get to spend that time with him. I'm working 13 hours a day. I don't really get to see him in that environment that often. But him going to school and everybody like just kind of dapping him up, teachers, students, everything. And I thought the reason why I thought he might be a problem though is he asked me, "Can I wear your diamond chain?" I don't. I if the one I'm wearing right now, bro. If you lose that, we are gonna have a problem. And I feel like he's trying to attract the not the wrong type of people, but I feel like he's just trying to get way ahead of his skis on that one. Like you can't just wear my diamond chain, dude.
Right. You tripping. You tripping.
Yeah, you guys. I already bought him his Jordans, the Jordan 4s, the white, black, and reds. I already bought him those, along with everything else. This kid is like he's very respectable in what he asks for, but I feel like he's just teetering on the line of you're asking for a little bit too much, a little bit too soon.
All right, you're a little big for your britches now. Let's calm down. Let's calm down, sir.
It's so weird because like I'm gonna edit most of this down for the live podcast, but like, or for the podcast that comes out. But seriously, it's like every person, he's like the coolest kid in school, and I don't know what to do with this.
Mm-hmm. Make sure you talk to him about.
I need your help with this. My kid is he might be the most. I'm not saying he's the coolest seventh grader ever, but he might be the coolest seventh grader at his school, and I don't really know what to do with this.
Look, the coolest seventh grader at my school, I'm not gonna lie to you, he was fucking in seventh grade. So just make sure you talk to him about that.
I have absolutely given him the talk of that's the peak. If you're the coolest seventh grader ever, that means you're probably going to plateau there.
Shout out to Mike Pushhouse because he was cracking Jenny Smith in the seventh grade. Yeah, I'm gonna call out names and everything. You know,
I will leave that in the podcast, and once I'm done trimming it down, you can absolutely tag them in it.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I saw Jenny Smith at a 7-Eleven a couple years ago. She was still bad. So, yeah, she was kind of built like Hillary Duff. So we're gonna circle back to it. Blonde hair, everything. So there we go. But I gotta go run these reports for my meeting at 4:30.
No, you said no. Fuck you. You said that. Now I gotta run these reports.
I need to hire 4 engineers. I gotta meet.
I swear to God, you're the best and worst person I've ever met in my entire life. Because that's I gotta walk this thing
I had
out.
to bring it home. I had to bring it back home.
Oh my God. Because of course you did. Because of course you did. Anyway, because apparently now, CR has actual work to do. So we're gonna let him get out of here. You guys,
in my defense, I've been working this whole time.
I saw you. You were clickety clacking on that keyboard the entire time, and I was like, "Do I even have his full attention?" The answer to that riddle was no, I didn't.
But you did. That's the same thing. It's like my wife will be talking to me while I'm watching TV. It's like I hear everything. I only react to what I need to react to.
My ears are like 7-Eleven. They're always open, but we're not always doing business.
You too. Call me if you need me.
Chopping up a Peace God podcast. That was CR McGee coming to us live from Chicago, Illinois. And actually, before we get out of here, also make sure to like, share, subscribe, smash the 5-star reviews, tell your friends about Hide Your Wives. I might actually be on the West Coast in October. I'm not sure what your plans are, but I'm just saying that
West Coast.
Yeah, mid-October, either Rams or Vegas game.
Vegas sucks. Go to the Rams.
That's what I'm. That was kind of the point. We can talk off stage about that, but either way, you guys know the drill. Stay up, stay blessed. We'll catch you guys on the next one.